Welcome to the Wake Up Show. Here comes the trivia.
Yes, it's that time of the week again. It's the Wake Up Show. How's everyone going this week out in YouTube land? YouTube land indeed. Let me get this mic right. Here we go. How is everyone? Everyone's coming on in. I see people popping in the chat right now. We're going to get over there and give a few shout-outs in just a second for all the early arrivers. And my hair sticking up. Here we go. It's called headphone hair. Oh, there we go. Give myself a spike. That's a bit better. All right, we're going to get into the chat just a second and see what you guys are up to. Before we do that, welcome everyone. I see we've got everything going. Let's make sure everything's running. Let's make sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to work. Once over, and a big happy Easter Saturday to everybody. Good morning to those who are just waking up. I hope you're having a great long weekend. Most places around the world, I'm sure, are having an extended weekend for Good Friday at least, being a holiday. And in some places also, Easter Monday is a holiday. So if you have a let me know how many day weekend you're having. If you're having a 2-day weekend, a 3-day weekend, or a 4-day weekend where you are. So put it in chat, 2, 3, 4, however many days you have off for Easter because of the holiday. So pop that in the chat right now. And in the meantime, we're going to start shouting a few people out. Let's see who's in the chat today. Very first person to pop in the chat as we went live. Jaco's Media saying hello. There we go. Welcome to the stream. And as always, Sweeney Dunstan Gaming saying good evening and good morning. He's getting the time as the times are all around the world. And we got Omar Official. Come on. Yeah, come on. Indeed. Shelby's Corner moderator is in the chat saying yo yo. Studio Geek 32 is here and says last night he hit 1K, and I'm assuming that's subscribers, so congratulations to Studio Geek 32. And let's see who else. The Predictor is in the house, as always. The Predictor is here, and Super Dave USA dropping that hashtag Houstonati right now. And wearing the Start Now Nimminati shirt tonight is the merch of choice, of course. It's usually the most recent purchase is the merch of choice, but I need to start rotating that merch around. And let's see, Studio Geek 32 is having a 3-day weekend. Jaco's Media is having a 4-day weekend. That's pretty cool. Super Day's having 2.5 days. 2.5's better than 2. Sweden Dunstan's having 3 days off. I know most people would have Good Friday. I know the Easter Monday holiday is a bit optional for some parts of the world. Probably most parts of the world. Video Zeus is in the house. Here he is. Holla. And coming on through, Felicia's here. The Aussie posse, as they say. Studio Geek 32, who's just hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday, is asking how to set up the community tab. What's going to happen is in about 1 week's time, you'll get an email from YouTube saying, hey, here's the community tab, and it will just be there. So you'll get an email, and it'll just turn up in about 1 week. That's how long it took me when I hit 1,000. It was about a week, give or take a day. So give it a week, and you should have it. Omar Official, do you got an Xbox? No, yeah, I do have an Xbox. I'm thinking, no, I don't have an Xbox. I don't play the Xbox, but I have an Xbox upstairs. In my house, yes, I have an Xbox 360 actually. It's not the Xbox One or the Xbox One S or whatever they're called. But yes, you can see how often I play console games. Let's see who else. Mr. Tour Build is in the house saying hi. Welcome to the stream. Wrestling with Kobe is here as well. He's back. Very good, very good. A few people jumping in. And as always, on a Saturday, most of the time we're dropping the old wake-up show, which is what we can see here. There it is. I've got to remember which way to point. It's always backwards for me. The wake-up show, which, as you can see by the tagline, here comes the trivia.
Here comes the trivia.
There it is. which basically means that I need to turn my headphones up a little bit. And what that means is we do trivia questions. We're going to drop trivia questions here. Some are trivia questions that I've sourced myself. Some are trivia questions submitted by viewers like you. And if you want to submit trivia questions for future episodes of the Wake Up Show, you can do it in this manner. Here we go. Let me reposition myself in my mirrored position here. Submit your own trivia questions for future episodes. Down in the description, there is a link to a Google form where you can drop questions, which means you have to have a good trivia question, and then you also have to have the answer to the trivia question, because that's how trivia works. You give a question, you've got to have the answer ready to go. So if you come up with trivia questions anytime, 24/7 during the week, you can go to that very form and drop those questions. So these are trivia questions, and they're going to look something like this. And I'm going to demonstrate it by going to the very first question for tonight's show, or this morning's show, wherever you might be. Here we go. This is the brain. This is probably the hardest. This might be the hardest one. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But it's probably a brain teaser for first question of the day. So here we go. Okay, this is the question. It's a science question. In fluid dynamics, what is the term for the highest attainable speed an object can reach as it falls? In fluid dynamics, what is the term for the highest attainable speed an object can reach as it falls? Now, what happens? Okay, there's the question. If you know the answer, all you have to do is put the answer in the chat. That's as simple as it is. So basically, that's all we do. We give everybody a chance to answer the question. Put it in the chat. There's no there is a right answer, but there's no right or wrong. You can have a guess. You can look it up on Google. You can just go off the top of your head, whatever works for you. And we give everybody approximately 2 to 3 minutes. So I've just put 3 minutes on my little clock on my Stream Deck. It's going to play a buzzing sound when time is up, and that's when we'll reveal the correct answer. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is jump in the chat and highlight everybody's answers. Basically, if it's a guess, if it's right or wrong. I'm not going to tell you if it's right or wrong until we reveal the correct answer. But we're going to have a bit of fun revealing what everyone's saying. And that's pretty much how it works. And as you see later on, we'll actually get to some viewer-submitted questions, which I've got lined up a little bit down the list. Now I need to jump back through the chat and find out where we're up to. I can see people already popping the answer to this one. The clock is ticking down, so people have plenty of time to, if they want to, look it up on Google. And here we go. And I saw Beanie Draws just pop in just as I was presenting the question. So welcome, Beanie. And the first answer that is coming up in the chat today is by Super Dave USA, has said light speed, which is interesting. Video Zeus has come in with a term velocity. Felicia's come in with terminal velocity, which I think is variation. We'll count those as the same thing, I guess. Jacob's Media says velocity. And we also got the predictor coming in with an answer, terminal velocity as well. We're getting some agreement for terminal velocity. And Beanie has come in. It says the term is, I believe, very fast. Well, I don't doubt that. It is very fast. You're falling. Say you jump out of a plane and you're falling without a parachute. Then you are falling very fast. And I'm dropping things on the floor. And we've got approximately just over a minute left before we reveal the correct answer. And before we do that, let's jump in. Jacob's Media is asking a question. How do you get the question and our chat on the screen? Well, I'm doing that because I'm using a software that's called Ecamm Live, which integrates with the YouTube API to pull the chat comments off the screen. I just have to tap a button and the comments come up. It's pretty awesome. So if you want to check that out, what I'm going to do right now is... Where's my link? It's not in my... Oh dear. I was going to drop a link. There it is. I had to jump to another screen to drop the link, but there should be a link coming if you want to check out that. That's called Ecamm Live. It works on a Mac only, so if you have a Mac, then that will work for you. If you don't have a Mac, then yes, you'd probably have to look at some higher-end cost software like vMix and some of those other ones that also do that sort of thing as well. And there's the buzzer for the question. So let me just see if there's any more answers for our first trivia question before we reveal the answer. Let's have a look. Beanie says, how do I select specific comments? Basically, on my screen, I have a little comment window. That's part of Ecamm Live. And under each comment, I get it quite large so I can read it. And there's a little button that says add to broadcast. So I just click the button and it pops up on the screen. It's like magic, really. It's actually really simple. It's actually really simple. Anyway, I'm going to take that off the screen. The comments disappear. And it's time to reveal the answer. And as we like to do quite often on the show is play a little drum roll before we reveal the answer. And the answer is... terminal velocity. So we had the correct answer there in the chat. So that's how it works. That's pretty much how the show works. We give the question, we give everybody ample chance to have a guess or maybe answer it correctly off the top of their head, look it up on Google, whatever you want to do, and there it is. And so yeah, it's the first question. I'm going to clear the board and then we're going to jump to one of the other screens here. Let's see if this screen actually doesn't lag on me. Last week this screen lagged on me, so let's see how we go. There we go. I think it's because it's playing the overlays across the bottom. And I'm looking for where I'm up to in the chat so we can get back to the chat. And here we go. Doug says it's the buzzer, but we all know it's the burrito you had tonight. I actually didn't have a burrito. It's all good though. A burrito would have been nice, but I didn't have Mexican. I had Italian. I had spaghetti bolognese. So there you go. Zaggy DK's in the house. Welcome, Zaggy. And the question of the day so far, wrestling of Kobe, is Nimmin live on today? I have no idea. I have not got an answer to that as yet. I have not asked the question. But if Nick and Dee are going live today, or just Nick is going live today, or someone's going live today, and we hit the that part of the show where they're about to start, then I'll wrap things up very promptly to let you guys get over there, because that's what we do. And before we get to the next question, the other thing I want to highlight, which is what I like to do right at the start, is to remind people to share this out on Twitter or on any other social medias. You can tweet out the link to the stream. You can use your share feature on YouTube to do that. Make sure you tag me at Doug Hewson YT, and that way, if you share it out, I will also give you a shout out during the stream, a la D Nimmin style. I got to always give him credit for that because he's the one that come up with it. And let's have a look. I don't think we've got any mentions yet, but I'll quickly check. Not yet. But make sure you do that. All right, let's get back to here. Here we are. I'm back. Let's jump back into the chat, and then we'll jump back onto the next trivia question. Here we go. There's a Magnifico by Beanie Draws. I don't know what that's in relation to. That's probably the Italian, the spaghetti bolognese. All right. And we always seem to be getting YouTube-related questions and streaming-related questions during the show, so I don't mind that. And if you guys want, and I know people asked me during the week, actually, when I was on another live stream, somebody else's live stream, they asked me, Doug, why don't you do live streams where you do channel reviews and talk about YouTube stuff. And I said, well, yeah, I can do that. If you want me to do that, give me a thumbs up in the chat, and we'll schedule some streams like that as well at a different time and a different day, of course. But this question is from Jacob's Media. How do you get people to notice your content? Because I do good content. I also got 1K views and it got put on another YouTuber video. I don't know what that last part means, so you might have to elaborate on that. But remember that when you talk about content is all subjective, because it might seem good to you, but is it good to the viewer? Are all the viewers, or have you got a consensus of viewers or a majority of viewers who agree with you that it is good content? That's one thing, because good content is what you want. You want to have great content. You want content that people enjoy. You want content that brings value to people. You want content that entertains, depending on what niche you're in. So it comes down to, if you want to be noticed, put out good content first of all. But you got to make sure you do your promotion as well. You got to make sure that you find ways of letting people know that you're out there. I think it's always good to have a website. Particularly if you want to build a business around your YouTube channel in the future, and you want to make sure you have the social medias is where I'm going next. Whether it's Reddit or Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever, some place that you can have a presence off YouTube. That might be another way of actually being able to share your content as well, whether it's a link to the content or actually post unique content out there. And because basically you want to go beyond just building a YouTube channel, you want to build a brand. So in your case, JK's Media brand, it's like, well, what do you do? What is that about? And build all that. But anyway, we're going off a tangent because we've got to get back to the trivia. Beanie says, seems it's Easter tomorrow. It might be in the air if Nick will be live tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, it remains to be seen, and because I've gone dark for my live stream, I'm not on many social medias apart from my Twitter, of course, to find out if anything pops up. So I rely on my moderators to keep an eye on things for me on the other side of this live stream. Thank you. All right, I'm going to get caught up through the chat here so we can actually get back to the trivia questions. And just back to JK's code. My video got put at the end of another YouTuber's video because I edited the video when I pranked him on a game, so everybody watched mine. So it got a lot of views, but it wasn't on your channel because you actually put it on somebody else's channel. I think that's, if I'm understanding correctly, yeah. Yeah. What can you do? If it's on that channel, then they get the credit. They get the credit for the video. If it's not on your channel, you don't get the credit. But it's a trivia show, and I hear the rumblings.
More trivia, please.
You ask, and I shall provide. Here we go. Next question. And my mouth is getting dry already, but I'm going to read the question first. The archaeological site Göbekli Tepe, or it could be Tepe, is located in what country? The archaeological site Göbekli Tepe is located in what country? Could be in a country of the world. Maybe the name of it helps to find it. Maybe it doesn't. Have a guess, or even if you know the answer, put it in the chat right now. Let's get that 3 minutes on the clock. Let's get that ticking down and see what you come up with for that question. After this, we might have a look at see if we can do some Twitter shout-outs after this question, maybe. The next question after this as well is a viewer-submitted question, so stick around for that. And the answers are about to come in. I can see some answers coming in. What does Beanie say here? My videos are fantastic until I watch them a year later and then I realize they weren't fantastic. I think we all suffer from that. We go, gee, did I do that video like a year ago or 2 years ago? Yeah. I remember doing my first video in front of a pull down blind to be a basic blue speckled black background using a very little dinky Sony camcorder. But I was tricky enough to actually use like a good Rode mic plugged into my iPhone to record the audio, so the audio was good, picture was ho-hum, and I only put it out 720p, so hey. Anyway, let's see if we've got those questions rolling in, because we're about halfway through the clock there. He has one video with 1K views. If your video appeared on their channel, see if you can arrange more collabs like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, good advice, Beanie. Collaborations, absolutely. Anyway, let's hit the guesses for this question. Archaeological site Göbekli Tepe is located in what country? And Felicia was the first one in with an answer with Morocco ? So not a huge confidence in that answer, but it's probably we'll call it a guesstimate. Joko's Media says USA. Super Dave USA. It doesn't say USA, says Italy. Felicia said, or it could be somewhere nearer to the Middle East, maybe. Predictor says India. Joko's Media says Turkey. Wrestling with Kobe says Turkey. The predictor says Turkey TBH, which means Turkey bastes hesitantly. I don't know what TBH is, to be honest. Some of these abbreviations have multiple meanings. And sometimes I just make them up. I go, I don't know what that is. I'll just make up what it means. And we've got about 15 seconds and we're going to hear the buzzer and we're going to reveal the answer. So might have stumped a few people there, but we've had a few varying answers. So it's coming up. We might have had the correct answer already. We shall see. And I think it's coming. There it is. Next thing I must do is reveal the answer. So what is the answer? Well, let's not waste any more time on this one. Let's drum roll, and the answer is Turkey. So a big thumbs up to everyone that said Turkey. Bit of Googling going on to get that one, because there was answers from all over the world there. We had some Europe, we had USA, we had Italy, we had Morocco, we had India. And the answer is Turkey. So big thumbs up. Everyone said Turkey. So let's clear the board. And let me check real quick on the Twitter right now before we... Now, for me to actually be able to show you on my Twitter feed to give you the shout out, you must make sure you have added me at Doug Hewson YT, like I mentioned on the screen there. There it is there for you guys, at Doug Hewson YT, because if I don't get the mention, then I can't see it on my feed. Unless you're, of course, maybe retweeting my tweet or something like that. Anyway, let's jump over, and we do have one at the moment. There it is there, right at the top there, the predictor. Thank you for the share and the shout out as well. So a big shout out to Predictor for sharing that so far. And I noticed that Joko's Media said he shared it out as well, but probably didn't mention me. So that's why it's not coming up on my Twitter feed. So that's how it works with the Twitter feed. To get the mentions, you got to mention them. So that's all pretty cool. So let's jump on back and see where we are with chat. And Josephine's joined us. Josephine, welcome to the stream. I am well. How are you? It's good to have you guys from all over the world here today. And let's see, have I missed anything else? I think we're up to... Super Dave says he eats turkey for Thanksgiving. I think it's a different turkey we're talking about there. Awesome. Well, as I said, the next trivia question is a viewer-submitted question. So let's jump on over and do that one right now. Now, let's see, like as we like to do, we like to find out who it's from first of all. And it is from... Oh, I've lost it. There it is. It's from Joko's Media, who is here in the chat. So thank you for submitting the question. I believe you probably submitted it during last week's show. And just remember, I don't always get to share every question that comes in because it might not reach the criteria for what we're looking for. Because I noticed that last week, when I was looking back at the questions today, I actually had someone asking like like a question in the form, which is not what it's for. It's for the trivia questions. So they're asking like advice, like how do I do something or other on YouTube or something like that. So that's not what the form's for. And the other thing that I saw, that somebody made a question about themselves. It's like, where am I from? What part of the world am I from? It's like, well, I don't even really, like, apart from by name, I don't know who you are. So make sure it's a trivia question, a general knowledge trivia question, and you can submit those in the form. The link is in the description. But let's see what Jaco submitted last week for us. This is the question. Now, I think he submitted a number of questions, but this is the one I picked to use today. On the human body, which nail grows the fastest? So we've got nails on our fingers, we've got nails on our toes, but which nail grows quicker than the rest? That's the question. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. You would think, oh yeah, they grow roughly the same amount of time. But no, there's a particular one that grows faster. 3 minutes are on the clock. Let's see what you guys come up with. And while we do that, let's give a big shout out to those joining us. Midnight Man, it's 4x4. Welcome to the stream. Says, I'm not going to say what that background music sounds like. LOL. Depends which track it is. I got like 4 different tracks rotating. When you came in, I'm not sure what was playing. Okay, Felicia's going with index finger. I can't remember which one is that the index finger? The pointer? Is that index? I can't remember which one the index is. My fingers are rusty. Fingernails. Yeah, but which specific fingernail? If you're going with fingernails, like there's 10 fingernails to choose from. If you have all fingers, if you have all your fingers, there's a particular set of possibly fingernails, maybe they're toenails, who knows, that grow quicker than the rest. And I checked it out on the internet. The internet validated this answer. The pinky. Pinky's a possible answer. I think that's the pinky. Jaco submitted the question, but have forgotten what the answer is. If you remember, still don't answer. Says, I think I remember not saying yet. Yeah, don't say the answer because you're the one that submitted the question. That's one of the rules. If you submit the question, then you can't answer that particular question because you already know the answer. Let's see. Felicia's the pointer. Videos. This is going with middle toe. Now I'm not going to lift my foot up to get in shot there to show you my middle toe. Index is a pointer. Yeah. I thought index and pointer were the same. But the answer is pink. Predictor says my finger. That's a very specific. Well, how many do you have? Super Dave USA is going with toenails. Well, if it's toenails, which toenail? Is it the big toenail or is it one of the other toenails? Sweeney Dunson Gaming says, could be toenails, but my fingernails grow faster, but middle fingernail seems to be a bit faster for me. Interesting. So we've got to vote for the middle, which I'm going to do sideways so I'm not being rude. Be very careful doing that on a stream. Super Dave's going with pinky toe. He's decided I'm going to take the pinky toe. Mike's in the stream. In the stream. You're in the chat on the stream. Welcome. Good morning. Studio Geek 32. There's a buzzer. I'm about to reveal the answer. I can tell you that I did see the correct answer somewhere in there. The correct answer was mentioned. Is Nick Nimmin going live today? I have no idea. I do not know yet. I'm relying on my moderators to keep me posted on that front. Otherwise, I'll just roll until I've run out of questions. Josephine asks, how do we submit a question? That's really simple. In the description below, there's a link to a Google form where you can submit a trivia question and the answer and your name so we can give you the shout out like we have here with Jaco's Media for this question. And you can submit as many as you like, and the form is open 24/7. So you might think during the week, oh, here's a good question. Beanie says, no Nimmin live tonight. Just saw his tweet 20 minutes ago. There we go. There we go. And I didn't see that tweet because I was streaming. We're going to reveal the answer, so let me clear that comment off the board, and let's get ready to reveal the answer. Here it comes. Too busy. The middle finger. I was too busy doing that, and I didn't have my finger on the mouse to click the answer. The middle finger. So the middle one. I'm not gonna specifically, I don't want to do that to you guys. Here we go. And the official word from Beanie, copied from Nick Nimmin's tweet. Notice, no live stream today, members only live stream will be happening on Monday. So if you're a channel member on Nick Nimmin's channel, he's doing a members only live stream coming up this Monday. So that's always good to know. So if you have missed your fix of Nick Nimmin, then there's two choices. Either wait till next Saturday or become a member and get in on the member stream on Monday. So there you go. Let me clear the board because I've got a bunch of stuff coming up on here. I think I just got rid of something. You know what I just did? You made me make something disappear. I pressed the wrong X. There we go. Fun and games. It's all falling apart now. Let's clear the board. The next question will be a movie question. So just heads up for all you movie buffs out there. Now, have I missed anything in the chat? I'm getting... Super Dave says Nick retired from streaming. I think he's having an extended break. He was away from home for over a month. He was in the US, Armenia, Hong Kong. Now he got back about a week ago. So I think he's just trying to get back into a routine. But we're here to keep things going on the Wake Up stream. We did the Wake Up stream last week. We did the Wake Up stream this week. Whether or not you need to know this trivia questions or not, trivia is fun, so we're doing them anyway. and as Midnight Madness says, it's given everybody, it's given back to having a normal life on a Saturday rather than the marathon live streams. You get up and have a marathon live stream. I'll catch you later, Video Zeus. Thanks for popping by. It's got to roll out. Get people getting on with their Saturdays, of course. It sort of works out for me because I've got a Easter Sunday family gathering that I got to get to tomorrow. So if I'm up too late for that, that's probably not a good thing. All right. Let's see if there's anything else we've got to highlight before we get to the next question. Well, Beanie, Nick usually does his members only live streams to YouTube. So let me share that with you. So that's all good. I've been to every single one of them, so I know. Bob Harris. I don't know who Bob Harris is. He's got a mystery icon there. I recently found out that all these question and answers he uses are actually false. Yes. Yes, I just make things up. Super Dave USA, Doug, guess I'll have to start doing the pre-Doug Hewson show on Saturdays. Well, you're saying I should take over Nick's slot and you take over my slot. Okay, cool. That's cool. And and Shelby's Corner says, don't forget to like the stream. Give it a thumbs up. All right. Studio Geek 32 submitted a trivia question. Well done. It's probably going to show up in next week's show. That's what that means. So make sure you're here next week. Because I got to prepare them to go on the screen in advance. Anyway, let's hit the next question. Before we do, a big shout out to Paul Peck, Drywall Tube. Welcome to the stream. All right. The last question was the one about the middle finger, of course. So the next question is movie question, as I promised. This probably, for anybody who knows movies, it's probably real easy. Who directed the movie Reservoir Dogs? Who directed the movie Reservoir Dogs? A very well-known director in Hollywood. 3 minutes on the clock. I'm expecting to see those answers coming in very quickly for that one. Let's see what happens. I see answers coming in. Before I get to those, a big shout out to Golden W. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the compliments. And let's hit those answers that are coming in. I've got the shot clock running down before we reveal the answer. Felicia's come in. I knew that Felicia would be in with an answer on this one. She's going with Tarantino, as in Quentin Tarantino. Seems like a legit answer. A very good and possible answer indeed. Super Day says, smash the like button. Sweeney Nelson has never heard of this movie. Not everybody's in the movies. That's the thing. It's if you're into like movies and directors and you follow somebody's work, then you would probably know this movie as being one of their works. Jake is going with Donald Trump. I don't think Donald Trump's ever directed a movie. I'm sure he's been in some movies on cameos, but I don't think he's directed any movies. Wrestling with Cody's in with an answer. He's gone with Quentin Tarantino as well. Predictor has also gone with Quentin Tarantino. Now, I don't know whether it's going with the first answer that came up or whether you've checked that out online. We'll see when we get to reveal the answer in 1 minute and 18 seconds. Super Dave USA likes to give a differing opinion sometimes. It's gone with Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson is a award-winning director as well, so that is true. We've got an answer called Retro Tamagotchi. I've never heard of Retro Tamagotchi or Tamagotchi. Could be a famous Japanese director. I'm not sure. 40 seconds. People are thinking. Not everybody's had a go at this one. There's either a lot of Googling going on or people are like, well, I'll just wait for the answer. Which is fine. You can wait for the answer. Waiting for the answer is good. There it comes. Very, very, having a bit of a quiet time here. I know I'm going to hear that noise any second, so... And don't forget, you can still share this out on Twitter. We've still got plenty of trivia questions on the list. And there is the buzzer, and I'm going to reveal the correct answer now. And who directed the movie Reservoir Dogs? And as mentioned, Quentin Tarantino. There we go. Write that down. Actually, I don't know why you need to write that down. I usually say that before Nimmin Live because of one tip trivia, but not this week. But you can write them down because all the past trivia questions I always send them to D, and he sometimes pulls from previous weeks. So you never know. But let me clear the board. The next one's going to be a geography type question. I'm going to mark it as geography anyway. But before we do that, I'm just going to really quickly jump in here. Oh, there's an old chat message. Let's get rid of that. Predictor says the movie was released. Here we go. The movie was released in 92. Oh, yeah, I'm stuttering again. Let me just jump. There we go. That's better. And people keep alluding to my buzzer as some other noise, so I'm not sure why that is. Anyway, not too much happening in the chat, so we're going to get back to the questions. We're going to get back to the questions, indeed. Here we go. Next question, as I mentioned, is technically a geography question. Because it's asking where. Where is something? In which state was the first oil well drilled in the United States? In which state was the first oil well drilled in the United States? So there's probably 52 states? I think it's 52 states to choose from. Let's see what you guys come up with. Which of those states do you think was the first to have an oil well drilled? And 3 minutes on the clock. Let's see what people come up with in the chat. Put it in the chat. All right, I'm seeing answers straight away, so I'm going to jump right into it. First one is from Joseph Martinez, and welcome to the stream. First of all, says Pennsylvania. Sweeney's going with Louisiana, as he does. Felicia's going with Montana. I think that was one of the questions from answers from last week. And wrestling with Kobe has come to shame me. How many videos have you batch recorded in your 2-week batch record so far? Pains me to say, but the answer is 1. And I did it today. So yes, I just things coming up. I take a week off work and get busy. Anyway, back to the answers. They're coming in. Titusville, Pennsylvania. Predictor's gone beyond the state and down to the very local area there. Super Dave USA is going with Texas, because Texas is renowned for drilling oil, amongst other things. And we've caught up with the chat. There's nobody else chiming in with a possible answer. Joseph Martinez says, I got it right first, LOL. Well, we haven't revealed the answer yet. So, I know you said Pennsylvania, but maybe that's the answer, maybe it's not. We shall see. Just got 1 minute to go. You got 1 minute to get your guesses or answers in the chat. 1 minute to go. Whilst we're waiting for those to come in, I'm just going to go and see if there's any more mentions. We need to jump back to Twitter or not. Not at this time. Make sure that if you do share out on Twitter, that you at me, at Doug Hewson YT, which is always good to do. And of course, if you're sharing, don't forget you can share, if you want to share on a different platform like Facebook or Reddit, or I don't know, where would you share? Where do you generally? Let me know in the comments right now while we're wrapping up this question. We've got 20 seconds before we reveal the answer. Let me know. Typically, if you share a video or a live stream from YouTube, what location do you share it to? Do you share it as an email? Do you share it to Twitter? Do you share it to Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest? There's a whole bunch of options on. Let's see, what options does it give me? Actually, that one doesn't give me any options. I guess it depends on what you got installed on your device. But let me know where you would share. Where do you typically share the streams and videos? And that was the buzzer, so we're going to reveal the answer. And the question was, in which state was the first oil well drilled in the United States? So let's see if any of the mentioned answers are correct. Pennsylvania. There was some Pennsylvanias in the chat, so well done if you said Pennsylvania. Good Googling, or however you got the answer. Maybe you just knew the answer. That's good. That's very good. And the next question, which we'll be getting to in just a sec, is a sports question, and it is a viewer submitted question. So yes, Joseph Martinez, you did get it right. So let me just clear the board right there. Clear the board for just a second. Take a deep breath. And get ready for the next viewer submitted question. Here we go. That was just for me to take a breath. And viewer submitted question is from, make sure I click on the right one, the Predictor. The Predictor is here in the chat right now. So this is a viewer submitted question submitted in the form over the past week from the Predictor. And as I said, it is a sports related question. And Wrestling with Kobe, I see, comes in and says, if it's WWE, I should know it. Well, let's see if it is WWE. And you'd think, based on what the Predictor's channel is about, that it probably is WWE. And it is. Who is the longest reigning champion of the modern era in WWE? Who is the most... Who is the longest reigning champion of the modern era in WWE? That's holding the belt for consecutive days, I believe, is longest reigning champion. Here we go. So, timer. Can't forget the timer. So if you want to have a crack at that, if you know anything about WWE, have a guess. Some of you may not have a clue. You go, what the heck? I don't know anything about WWE. That's fine. But anybody that knows anything, you can name any wrestler you want, and we'll see. You could be right. Just by having a guess, you could be right by default. If you know any names of wrestlers at all, just pop them in the chat. Let's see what people come up with. Here we go. Wrestling with Kobe's come with an answer. He's going with Bruno Sammartino. Now, the interesting thing is that technically fall into the modern era of WWE. I'm not sure if it does. But keep that in mind. We're talking modern era. Super Dave USA is going with John Cena because everybody's heard of John Cena because he's an actor. He was in Trainwreck. He was in Bumblebee. His very first movie he ever did was The Marine, of course. Shot here in Australia on the Gold Coast many, many years ago. But that's John Cena. He's an actor. He's a bit like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Mike's going with Hulk Hogan. We're going to name all the classics now. Hulk Hogan, here we go. Wrestling with Kobe's coming in with CM Punk. Yeah, now we're rolling on some answers, and I don't know if I've seen the correct answer so far. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I just have to go back and check. Thank you so much, Jack. No problem. Gold W, thank you for hanging out in the stream today. Super Dave says WWF was better. Yeah, people are like, I like the WWF era. I like the Attitude Era. I don't know why they caved to the Worldwide Fund for Nature for the term WWF. Vince McMahon should have smacked him with his money. So here's some money, go away. Sweeney says, I'm with you on that one. I stopped watching when it became modern. Yes. People have that. If they're into wrestling, they have their favourite parts. Like they don't watch it anymore because they liked it back in the day, or they prefer the modern stuff, or some people prefer whatever was on when they were the age where you enjoy wrestling. You know, in their teens or their 20s, or 20s to 30s or whatever. And the time is about to go. We're going to reveal the correct answer on this one. I don't know. Joseph Martinez reckons it was his cat. Of course, the cat is the answer. The cat is the answer for a lot of questions, but I don't know if the cat's the correct answer for this question. Let's find out if anybody got the correct answer. I think we lost a lot of people with this question because a lot of people are like, I don't even know what WWE. I've never seen the WWE in a day of my life. Anyway, let's reveal the answer without any more wasting of time. And the answer is Brock Lesnar. The former UFC champion, Brock Lesnar, has been the longest reigning champion in the modern era for 503 days, according to the predictor. Now, I'm trusting the predictor's giving me the correct answer. That's the thing. I'm trusting that some of these viewer submitted questions are, in fact, the correct answers. So let me clear the board. And obviously that answer can change if something happens in the WWE. Something happens, and then it changes altogether. All right. Bit of WCW, WWF, WWE talk in the chat. But we're going to go right to the next question in just a second. Next couple of questions are actually... oh, no, they're not. Well, the next question is a music question. There's another music question coming up, but next one is a music question. And it's fairly contemporary music. You know, we'll call it modern music. We're going to get straight to it. Who is the former drummer for Nirvana that went on to become the frontman for the Foo Fighters? Who is the former drummer for Nirvana that went on to become the frontman for the Foo Fighters? So if you know anything about music in the last 20 or 30 years, Foo Fighters are probably more recent than that, of course. Nirvana was a little bit while ago. It's probably in the 90s, I think, Nirvana. But hey, drop your answers in the comments right now. Let's see what you guys come up with for this question. People should know. If anyone's in the music, they're probably going to know this one. We'll catch you later, Joseph. Welcome. Thanks for popping by. And I'm about to reveal some... Oh, I didn't put... I put timer on. Otherwise, we'll linger too long. Sweeney says, this one I don't know because I'm more into metal. It's interesting because back in the day, these guys, you know, Nirvana, Foo Fighters, they're not that sort of... They're sort of more on the alternative... I guess they're more alternative, aren't they? They're definitely not metal, though. Let's have a look. There's some things coming. There's some answers coming in. We're about to start highlighting them. Felicia's coming and going with Dave Grohl. That is entirely a possible answer. Super Dave concurs, so that's interesting that Super Dave's concurring with someone. Felicia says she's a 90s kid with 80 siblings. Yeah, Sweeney, yep, alternative. Yeah, that's sort of alternative. They definitely wasn't. They definitely weren't metal, but they weren't like contemporary rock or just contemporary. Definitely not pop. That's for sure. Resident Kobe says the WWE question answer was wrong because Brock Lesnar is the longest WWE Universal Champion. Well, it said just champion, didn't say which particular championship. So it was over any championship. It could have been the WWE Championship, Universal Championship. Hey, it could have been the Cruiserweight Championship, you know? So it says it was any championship at all. It was like all championships. So there we go. So the longest reigning champion. So it doesn't matter what title it was. He was a champion. There we go. But back to the current question. The former drummer for Nirvana, who's also the front man for the Foo Fighters. We've had a couple of answers in so far. What do you think? We've got about 50 seconds before we reveal the answer. So we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back to Nirvana and the Foo Fighters right now. Bringing it back. Yeah. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that buzzer in my ear. It's about to go off. I reckon it's got about 10 seconds. Not many takers on this one. We only had 2 people answer this question. Let's see if they were right, because they both had Dave Grohl. Let's see. Is it Dave Grohl? We should do it like Family Feud style. And the answer is Family Feud style. Yeah, let's do drum roll, of course. And answer is, and there it is, Dave Grohl. Yes, very much correct, Felicia. And Super Dave USA on the ball with that one. Next one is a viewer-submitted question. It is submitted by Chris Conkle Vlogs, who I don't believe has joined us yet today, but was here last week. Chris Conkle Vlogs is one of our regulars here. Pops in and out on some of our different content here on the channel. And let's reveal the question. This is a question about, I don't know what category you'd put it in, but let's share the question. What construction project was the very first to use hard hats? What construction project was the very first to use hard hats? It's a well-known construction project. Bonus points if you can give me the year. 3 minutes on the clock. There we go. If you can give me the year as well, bonus points. And remember, all points are brownie points. If that's the thing. Let's see what we got coming in here now. And the next question is back to a music question. All right, we're about to reveal some of the answers that are starting to trickle in. First one in with an answer is Super Dave USA with Hoover Dam. Now that's a very plausible answer. Hoover Dam is back in that era. Back in that era of construction. I will tell you it's somewhere between the year 1900 and the year 2000. So it's in that century there, in the 1900s or the 20th century, of course. So all the answers so far fit into that time frame. So we're all pretty safe. Hoover Dam. Sweeney's come in with World Trade Center, which is plausible because it fits into that time frame. So it's also a plausible answer. We get a brownie if we get it right. Yeah, I don't know. Is that what a brownie point is? Is a brownie point, is that an Aussie thing? Am I saying something real Aussie there that doesn't mean what it means anywhere else? I know what a brownie is, but I don't think a brownie point is to do with brownies. I'm gonna have to look up the etymology for brownie point because maybe it means something that I shouldn't be talking about. Oh dear. Okay. Any more takers for this one? What construction project was the very first to use hard hats? Very important safety measure. In modern days, you couldn't get onto a work site without a hard hat, could you? However big or small it is. Rocking. And I don't think I need my Twitter for anything else, so I'll just put it to the side. Here we go. Some Aussie slang, probably. Sweeney says, I think brownie points is safe. I hope so. I'm just clicking on random comments now. I'm just bringing up comments. All right. How long have we got to go? 20 seconds. 20 seconds. We're going to reveal the correct answer. This is submitted by Chris Conkle Vlogs. So if Chris Conkle Vlogs is out there in YouTube land, hey Chris, how you going? I know actually the stream I was on I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday this week. He was one of the people on the stream, Chris Conkle Vlogs. Random Gamer just come and says, you are awesome. Thank you, Random Gamer. Thank you for that. Predictors also jumping in last minute and going with Hoover Dam, concurring with Super Dave USA. And it's time to reveal the answer. I heard the buzzer. It's time to reveal the answer. And can I just let you know that this time round, nobody has got the correct answer. Nobody has got it. So here, we're about to reveal. I think we need a super drum roll, which I don't have. But maybe I should just play the super drum roll twice. Is that how that works? And the answer is the Golden Gate Bridge in 1933. It's amazing what you learn on the Wake Up Show. Dropping the knowledge. Nobody got that one? The Golden Gate Bridge. Don't want those steel girders dropping on your head, pushing into the San Francisco Bay, that's for sure. All right, let's clear the board. So thank you, Chris, for that question. Oh, dear. Next question. We're back to music in a second. One of the most famous bands in the world will be mentioned in the next question. I would say of all time. That would be up there. Of all time. Now, Super Dave USA is asking a very valid question. Is it made of gold? And I do not think so. Who's ready for a music question? I've had my sip of water. We're ready to continue. And here it is. In what year did Paul McCartney announce that he was quitting the Beatles? In what year? So we're just looking for the year. Don't have to give me the exact date or anything like that. Just the year that Paul McCartney announced that he was quitting the Beatles. So we're going back some. In fact, I will give you... Oh, shall I give that hint? Maybe I won't give that hint. No, I won't give that hint. I was going to give a hint. But I'm not going to give the hint. We'll let people come in. It's a year. And we've got an answer starting to come in. I see Sweeney's dropped the answer so far. First one from him. 1971. That's a possible answer. And that is, I think that's ballpark somewhere in where the Beatles were doing their thing. 1971. I'll give you a little factoid there that 1971 is actually the year I was born. So let's see what answers. That doesn't mean it's correct. I'm just saying that's the year I was born. Wrestling with Kobe's coming of 1970, so we're circling sort of in that region of time. Super Dave USA is also got 1970. And I forgot to start the shot clock, so I'm not even going to press the button now because it's been too long. Here we go. Predictor has gone and given me a date. I don't know if the date's correct because I don't have that information on me. Don't know if the year's... Well, I know if the year's correct or not, but I'm not going to tell you. But you have 10th of April, 1970. What's today? Today's like 20th of April, I believe. Yeah, 20th of April today. I lose track. I have to every day. I'm like, what date is it? Always have to look it up on my calendar these days, whether it's a physical calendar on the wall or whether it's on my phone. Let's see what's coming in. Hey Jude, my name's not Jude. Super Dave USA, it's Doug. All right, have we got any more takers? Sweeney's come in and says, oh wait, it's 1970, so peer pressure is changing your answer. I'm taking it. The following year was when the final album released with him. Interesting. Did they ever do any albums without Paul McCartney? That I don't know. I'm a little bit vague on that. I have no idea. I think it's time we reveal the answer. Looks like we don't have any more takers. So let's jump straight in and reveal the answer. And the answer is... 1970. Well done, everybody, for jumping on that one. 1970. Oh, and as an answer to my question, Sweeney's come in just one, but it wasn't a full album. Oh, interesting. Predictor says, what is your age? My age is 2019 less 1971. Let that sink in for a second. Actually, what year is it? Yeah, no, 2019. Yes, it is 2019. I just want to clear that off the board for a second. Yes. That would make me turning this year if my birthday hasn't happened yet, which it's later in the year, that would mean that this year I would be turning 48. So yes, I'm 47 right now. So yeah, I don't mind telling you my age. I'm up there. I'm roughly around the same age as D. Nimmin, if you want to compare with anything, I guess. Somebody that you might know. That's why I mentioned D. All right, let's see how many questions we got left, because I think we're down towards the end. I've got 2 questions left. And
More trivia, please.
yeah, I've only got 2 questions left. Now, here we go. This is probably a real easy one for people. We'll see. We will see. And before we do that, I'd just like to say, Nick Nimmin in house. Welcome, Nick. I am going to reveal this is the second last question for the show. Here we go. Created in 2009, what was the first decentralized cryptocurrency? Created in 2009, what is the first decentralized cryptocurrency? So this particular cryptocurrency is coming up to its 10-year, well, this year is its 10-year anniversary. And the chat livens up as Nick Nimmin comes in, as often happens when somebody pops into the chat and says hello. Let's see what answers we can come up with. If you think carefully, you might get this one. And the first answer I see in the chat is from Felicia with Bitcoin, which makes sense. It's probably the most well-known of the cryptocurrencies is the Bitcoin. There are others. Nick Nimmin's gone with a Bitcoin as well, but has also put Litecoin, which I hadn't heard of, but that doesn't surprise me because I'm not into crypto myself. I probably would only know a handful of the cryptocurrencies. Super Dave USA is also going with Bitcoin. Predictor has decided to go with Dogecoin. I don't know if they've named a cryptocurrency after me, but I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It'd be interesting to have something named after you like that, I guess. And again, it's getting late in the show, and I keep forgetting to turn the timer on. The second question in a row where I haven't put the 3-minute timer on. So we're just gonna let it flow in the chat until it looks like everybody's had a go. While we're waiting for people to jump in with their answers, I'll highlight this one. Nick says, we'll be back to normal streaming schedule this coming week. Pardon the delay. Not a problem, Nick. Not a problem at all. And Mike's come in with a question for Nick. Is there a time for the members live stream that was mentioned in the... Actually, who mentioned that? Beanie mentioned there was a members live stream coming up on Monday. I've been busy streaming, so I haven't seen the information. Will be happening... yeah, it was on the tweet. There it is. Monday. Actually, Monday's good. Monday works well for me. I think that's all the answers. Predictor says Dogecoin actually exists. Wow. Maybe I need to be... Interesting. I wonder if I should invest in Dogecoin. All right, we're going to reveal the answer. Let's do the answer reveal now. Drum roll, please. And the answer is Bitcoin. Bitcoin. That was the obvious one because that's the one everybody knows. And it is the reason for that because it was the very first. And the last question of the show is coming right up. And it is a geography question. So let's see how we go. And Nick mentions in answer to the members-only live stream, for those who are members here, I'm not sure how many members are here, but if you're not a member of Nick Nimmin's channel membership, then head on over his channel now and hit that join button. And then you can get in on this members live stream on Monday. So I think it's going to be 9 Eastern. Asked in the group to see if there was a preference between 9 Eastern and 11 Eastern. So that's around this time on Monday. Cool. 2 days. 2 days. Let's see what else is happening in the chat here. What is your opinion on clout chasers? Depends on what your definition of clout chasers is. So I don't really have an opinion right now on that unless I like get a very good definition there. Boom. I was going to do it tomorrow, but it's Easter. Well, that's true, and yeah, it sort of works out for me because I've got a family Sunday lunch to go to tomorrow, and if I was up late tonight, because it is night time here for me, I'll be having trouble getting out of bed. Anyway, there we go. That's one way to make comments disappear. Started scrolling and it just scrolled into nothing. We're about to hit this last question. It's a geography question, as I mentioned. Are you ready? See, even Nick Nimmin's asking, what is a clout chaser? So it was Monteroki. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that. What is a clout chaser? Let us know. Predictor X for clout chaser is Dax. Who's Dax? I have no idea who Dax is. All right. You can drop who clout chaser is. I'm going to reveal the last question for the show. This is the last one I got lined up today. What 3 countries share a border with North Korea? What 3 countries share a border with North Korea? All right, we're looking for 3 countries that share a physical land border with North Korea. 1, 2, 3. One should be obvious. The other 2, let's see if you know them. Drop it in chat. Oh, I'm going to put my clock on while I remember. There we go, 3 minutes on the clock. Dropping that, and in the meantime, I'll figure out what's happening here. In regards to, do we know what a clout chaser is? What is the definition of a clout chaser? Oh, Felicia's saying, someone doing something drastic for views, subs, attention, money. Yeah, it depends on what they're doing, I think. I don't think it's a cut and dry answer because, you know, there's always a line that we'll go up to for views, subs, attention, or money. You know, most people probably aren't going to sell their bodies for money. Most people aren't going to break YouTube's rules for views and subscribers. So, you know, where's the line? You know, what is that drastic thing that they're doing? So I think it just depends on the situation. There we go. Or doing something for popularity. Yeah. Okay, there's someone on YouTube with over 1 million subs called Dax who I've never heard of. That's fine. There's probably a lot of people on YouTube that I've never heard of. I hear people's names, people on YouTube all the time that I've never heard of. And they have way more subs than I do. A new term for sub beggars. I think that's a whole different thing, sweetie. Okay, let's get to the question at hand. Mike says South Korea is the obvious one. Yes, South Korea is probably the obvious one. Monterosi says, who started the whole clout chaser thing, Russia, USA, and Cuba. I don't know how all those countries can border North Korea, but there's some bending of time and space going on there. Felicia, South Korea, China, and Russia. Plausible. Predictors come in with China, Russia, South Korea. Same group of three. Wrestling with Kobe saying China, Russia, South Korea. Well, this looks like a definition for clout chaser from the dictionary. A person that only hangs with certain people or starts beef with people to gain. So like a drama, like a drama alert type drama. Focusing on drama for popularity, and on YouTube that means views. I want to go viral. I want to go trending viral. I want to get views, so I will start a beef with somebody to get people. Start a beef with PewDiePie because he's got the most subscribers. And that's the buzzer. We had a couple of answers for the actual question. Let's go back and see what that question is. What three countries share a border with North Korea? And as we saw, the main consensus was China, Russia, South Korea. So I think it's time we reveal what the correct answer is. Here we go. And the correct answer is China, Russia, South Korea. Well done. Well done. If you said that group of three, you are correct. Of course, for North Korea, the bottom southern border is South Korea. Up top, where the Korean peninsula joins the rest of Asia, is where it borders on with China and Russia. Have a look at a map and learn your geography. I was really into geography when I was in high school, so great question. But you know what that means? That's the last question. It means I've got no questions left. So I'm going to jump on over here. And before we finish the show, because we're going to finish the show, we've been going for how long? An hour and 18 minutes, because we're just rolling with however many questions we've got. Always make sure I've got plenty of questions up my sleeve, whether we go short or whether we need to go a little bit longer than usual. I like to keep a few questions up my sleeve, and if I run out of questions, then that's when the show finishes up. So I'm going to get last minute, if you've got questions for me, to pop them in the chat right now, and I will address any comments, questions, or concerns in the chat, because that's what I like to do towards the end. Monterosi says, will you make videos where you react to music videos? No. And the reason being, I'm not going to say no and not tell you why, but the reason being is that's not what my channel's about. My channel is about tech for content creation, where I talk about platforms like YouTube and stuff. We talk about gear like the microphone I'm using, like the headphones I'm using, and we talk about the software like the Ecamm Live that I'm using to stream right now, and I talk about streaming stuff, anything to do with content creation, getting out there on social media. That's what my channel's about, so I don't think I'll be reacting on this channel anyway. I do have other channels, which I'm not going to tell you what they are, but none of them are music reaction channels. I don't know, that would be a hard thing to do with copyright. I don't know if it's worth anybody's while doing music reaction videos. Let's see what happens here. Joseph Martinez says, I'm back. Nick Nimitz says, hour and 18 minutes. Nice, yeah. I like to keep it rolling if I can. Oh, someone just dropped a thumbs down because it just animated on my screen. So thank you, whoever dropped that thumbs down on the live stream. I'll give you a thumbs up. I thank you very much for that thumbs down, because that just made my day. Joseph asked me, probably not the sort of questions I was looking for, but what year did the Soviet Union collapse? It was in the 1980s sometime. So that's all I know. I remember the Berlin Wall, East and West Germany. That was in the 80s, and it was all around the same time. Gorbachev and Reagan, all those guys. I was alive then. So yeah, that's all happening. And Ginger's Doll World. welcome to the stream. So you pop in now. I just haven't got your comment there. There we go. Have you seen Daniel Battal's diss track parody on Brian G. Johnson? It was quite good, wasn't it? I have seen that one. Yeah, go check that out on Daniel Battal's channel. You'll find it real easy because that's the name of his channel, Daniel Battal. And he dropped like a bit of a it was like a rap hip hop type vibe, which is not his typical vibe for music, but it was well done. Well done. Nick says, Downsize D is now in America, so I'll be solo the next few streams. Classic Nick Nimmin solo streams. Yeah, that takes us back a couple of years. That's always good. It's always good regardless. Oh, we got a serious question here, guys. Shelby's Corner has a question. Where is Nick Cage? Yeah, I actually don't know where Nick Cage is. Now, just for people who don't know, early this year, I think it was, or late last year on the show, we actually had this this little adjustable mannequin doll up here, had blue tack to its face, a picture of Nicolas Cage. It had like a Nicolas Cage face, and it disturbed a few viewers, so we got rid of it. I think one of the main viewers that was disturbed was Neil from Crypto Cruising. He was very disturbed by Nicolas Cage. He complained, so we got rid of Nick Cage. So that's what Shelby's Corner is talking about. I don't know whatever happened to that particular picture. It probably ended up getting filed somewhere. But Shelby's Corner, feel free to go looking. Oh, Nick says, I miss them too so much. I'm assuming we're talking about the solo streams? Here we go. Felicia asks, have you heard about Steam It? I have not run into it until today and was very curious about Steam It. The name rings a bell, but I can't even remember what that is. Is it like another video site? Because I've heard Steam It, but I don't know... I can't remember what it is. So, yeah, I'll probably not much help there. You'll have me curious now. I'll be looking at it after the stream to find out what it is. Nick says, I'd love to see your other channels. My other dead channels, because I'm doing this channel, concentrating on this channel, so I'm not doing any other work. Now, I have what's called a dash cam channel where I've recorded stuff on my trusty dash cam. Where is my dash cam? Well, this is the old one. This is my action cam. Used to use that, but now I've got a proper dash cam in my car. So I just record it. Whenever I'm driving, I just record stuff. And then it gets posted to my dash cam channel. It actually got monetized way before this channel because it reached the old threshold back 18 months ago. And so it accrued a few dollars worth of AdSense before they changed the rules. But I haven't done anything on that channel for probably at least 6 months or more because I want to concentrate on this one, which has paid off. Just Mark Artners says, I have a question, and it says answer 1991. Okay. Zakia, welcome to the stream. Good morning. Good morning. Nick's laughing. I don't know what he's laughing at because I'm behind in the chat. What year did the Civil War begin? American. I thought you meant, if you said MCU, the MCU Civil War, I'd be okay, what year did that movie come out? Civil War, Captain America Civil War. That was 2000 and... Oh, was that 2016, 2017? Civil War, American Civil War, there was that 1800, 1700? Oh, I don't know. I'm not American, so I don't know American Civil. I don't know American history that much. Wrestling Kobe says, can you make videos on your live stream videos? Yes, I do. I got my camera set up right here, and even today I recorded a video on that camera using the same backdrop. All I do is change what's on my TV, different thing there, and slightly different angle. Yeah, I record videos on here. I also do videos outdoors as well, just to change things up. Sometimes I record them because I'm at work, so I go outside somewhere nice and record a few minutes there. Okay, answer to Steam It. Seems to be a content site and you get paid in crypto. That's a bit like that DTube. Was it DLive or DTube? The one that, I think it's DLive, the one that PewDiePie's put his money behind in the last few weeks, which I think is a streaming platform as well. Whereas this is, I guess, is a video platform. Yeah, anything to do with that's got crypto involved confuses me as well, to be honest. Nick Nimmin, are you going to VidCon Australia? That's a good question. I don't know if they've announced a date yet. I had a look at their website a couple of weeks ago, and I know last year it was just after Vid Summit, so it was like in October, just after Vid Summit. So I really don't know when it is yet. So I'm monitoring that to find out when it is. But I would like to go. I would like to go to VidCon Australia because it's in Melbourne, I believe. It'll be in Melbourne again. I think it's in Melbourne every year. So I'm happy to head to Melbourne. I haven't been to Melbourne in many years. I was actually born in Melbourne, but I haven't been there for many, many years. So it'd be good to go. And Joseph Martinez says, 1861 is the answer to that Civil War question. I knew it was 18-something. And the question of the week from Wrestling with Kobe, anyone going to see Avengers Endgame this week? Yes. I'll give you a little spoiler, not on the story of the movie, but Avengers Endgame actually opens here on the 24th, which is Wednesday. And because in Australia, we're ahead of everyone else, we're virtually getting it 2.5 to 3 days before everyone else, because everywhere else is opening on the 26th, I believe. In the US, it's the 26th, which is the Friday. Now, in Australia, normally movies open on the Thursday, but because Thursday is a holiday here, it's Anzac Day, it's like Memorial Day in the US. It's Anzac Day here in Australia, so they're opening it the day earlier, which is a great call. So there's an answer for you. And I've lost my place in the chat. It just kept scrolling. Oh, they changed the timing this year. End of August, beginning of September. Well, they better announce. I'm going to have to go back on the website. Thanks for that, Nick. Thank you. Then I go. Well, if Dee and you go, I'll definitely be making efforts. Because for me, it's a flight basically. It's a 2-hour flight to get to Melbourne. It's more manageable than LA, but I want to get to LA as well. Vid Summit is my goal, that's for sure. Nick's going to Endgame, so there you go. Now, hey Pam, hang on, Pam, hey Pam, hey guys, says Pam. Back to the Endgame question. I'm not saying I'm going on Wednesday. I haven't decided what day I'm going yet, but yes, I will be seeing it this week. My kids won't allow me to go see it without, once it comes out, without it going too long, because it's like MCU, Marvel. We've got to go see it ASAP. Sweeney says, I'm on my way out to have a Powerade and M&M's with D now. There you go. Nick also gets it on Wednesday in Thailand. That's good to hear. We'll hold back the spoilers. We won't spoil it for you guys in the States. They've got to wait another 2 days to... Joseph Martinez says, got a trivia question, music question. Well, make sure, Joseph, to go down to the link in the description. You can submit it for next week's show, so we can use it on next week's show. So instead of putting it in the chat here and using up that question, we can use it next week's show. So make sure you go put it in the trivia form below. Music questions are always welcome. As you can tell, tonight we had a couple of music questions. In the UK, opens midnight 24th. Yes. Shelby's Corner. When are we going to go watch Endgame? Yeah, I don't know. As I just said. Sweeney, are you in Arizona? Christina's in the house. How's it going? We're just here hanging. We've done all our trivia questions, so now the Wake Up Show has just become a hangout. So we're just hanging out. What's up, Date? And welcome to the stream, by the way. I did see you come in just before. That's a cool shirt. Yes, this is a start now. Hang on. I'm getting all tangled up in my cables. But basically, start now. There we go. Start now. It's one of the Nimminati shirts. One of the Nimminati shirts, and my headphones are getting tangled in my chair, so I'm just going to sit still. If D Nimmin swings by my area, I might meet up with him, but this D is just a friend of mine in Tennessee. Cool. I was going to say, yes, when you're in Tennessee. Liz Life Adventures. Hello, host. How are you? I'm good, thank you. My name is Doug. And we've been here for about an hour and a half. We've just run out of trivia questions in the last 10 or 20 minutes, and we're just shooting the breeze now with everyone in the chat. Didn't know the stream was delayed. Well, all streams have some short delay, that's for sure. It just depends on how quickly YouTube get it back out to everybody. And it's coming back out to me. I'm just looking at my iPad that I monitor things on. It's coming back to me pretty quickly. Liz Life Adventure says, hello everyone, I'm new here to your live stream. Well, thanks for coming by. You missed the trivia questions, but it doesn't matter because we're just hanging out right now. We've got people coming in, some regulars like Joseph Andrews. It's just saying good morning all. And of course, we've got people like Nick Nimmin in the stream. We've got Christina in the stream. And somebody else has just joined us, Chris Conkle Vlogs. Good morning. Now, Chris, we had one of your questions earlier in the show. It was... Oh, let me show you. I'll go back. We'll show you the question. You know, because it's the only question you submitted. But we used it a little bit earlier in the show. Golden Gate Bridge. Just dropping the answer there. Golden Gate Bridge. Oh, and you got to keep the fluids up. When you do these live streams, you've got to keep the fluids up. Joseph Martinez submitted the question. Wonderful. You may just see that question come up on next week's stream. Because as you see, we had about 10 to 12 questions on tonight's stream, and I think 3 or 4 of them were viewer submitted questions. So however many questions I get from viewers, I try and incorporate as many as possible into the very next stream or the stream after that. And as I mentioned last week, if we get inundated with trivia questions, if we got a lot of trivia questions, then we'll do a whole entire show dedicated to viewer questions. So that means that every person who submits the question gets the shout out. They get the credit. They get the little thing that we do, which looks like something like this. Like the earlier question when I mentioned Chris Conkle Vlogs submitted. You get your name on the screen there like that, and we bring the question up, so you get the credit. Get the credit. That's what I'm looking for. The credit. That's awesome. Let's see if this screen's still working all right. No. And it's always when I switch to this one that we get the jerky picture, which I think might be to do with my overlay, video overlays that's rolling here, which only rolls on this particular screen. Otherwise, it could be just my iPhone plugged in. So let me just unplug my iPhone as well. And do we still have a jerky delay? Let's see. That's a little better. That's a little better. There's a slight delay. But one thing we must highlight here is Super Chat. What's Update? Super Chat from What's Update. How do you know your Super Chat button works if you don't use it? You guys better check your buttons. Very good. Very good. That's very clever. That's very clever. What's Update is dropping the knowledge there. You don't know if it's not working until you hit that Super Chat button, hit that $sign, and test it. You've got to test it. If you've never tested it before, then my stream's a good place as any to test it. So there's Super Chat. Now, this is the first time we've mentioned Super Chats in the show. I don't normally, especially with the trivia, I like to focus on the trivia and talk about that. So thank you very much. What's Update for that $4.99? Let me have to look at my iPad. It's US dollars. Thank you very much. And let's go with that. As you can see, it's lingers in the chat there. Let's see what else is happening in the chat right now. Wrestling with Kobe, he's got to go because he's got to record those WWE videos. And Wrestling Kobe, thank you for reminding me about my batch recording as well early in the stream. So thank you very much. We'll catch you next time. And with that, I will be doing more recording and I'll be getting some of that content happening as promised in the next week as I've got time off my full-time job. I'll be trying to get out a few more videos. So I've got one in the works and I've got a few more that I need to really crack onto. So no distractions. No distractions is the plan. It seems, this page seems to be slightly laggy, but it's working a whole lot better since I unplugged my iPhone. What's up? That Date says, appreciate my work. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If people are wondering what I do, because sometimes I think this stream can be deceptive. I'm not a trivia channel. I'm not doing trivia. But what happens is, and I see a super chat. I'm going to address that in a second. What happens is this stream started because I wanted to do something to lead into Nimmin Live, and I thought when we do one tip, this sort of melds in with one tip trivia, which sort of just happened. It sort of became a thing, one tip trivia. So we're giving people an opportunity to find out the answers to some of the trivia questions before one tip trivia on Nimmin Live. But even the last few weeks, Nimmin Live hasn't been on, but we've still been here dropping the trivia knowledge, so it's always good. So now I have a super chat to address. Super chat, $100 from Nick Dimon towards your Vid Summit ticket. That is much appreciated because Vid Summit is a definite financial commitment, especially when you're coming from this side of the world, which Nick would know because he's coming probably the same distance, if not further than what we do from here in Australia. So I know people like myself and Beanie, Nick and Dee, of course, are coming from the this part of the world, and everything's appreciated. So thank you very much. Shelby's Corner, I believe, is reacting to the super chats with a holy moly. Indeed, holy moly. Let's see what's happening. And I saw that Joe was heading out, so fantastic. Joe, just Vandrews, thanks for popping by. I'm getting distracted by everything now. Here we go. Nick says, yeah, it is. It's worth it. Absolutely. Everything I've seen about Vid Summit is 100% worth it. So I'm doing everything I can to crack on to that. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Chris says, nice, Nick. And What's Update says, go ahead, Nick, bringing the fire. Shelby's Corner says, I hope you go, Doug. Well, that's the plan. That's my plan for sure. Josephine saying hi to Nick Nimmin. And Joseph Martinez has put another trivia question in. Thank you very much. The more the merrier. The more the merrier on those trivia questions for future shows. Josephine is concerned with Nick's welfare. Are you taking a break? Are you okay? I will not answer for Nick. I'll let Nick answer that one. Shelby's Corner says, my plan is to visit Norway this year, so I hope we both get what we want. I did not know that. I don't know if that's something I didn't know, or if you're just pulling my leg there. I don't know. And there's the answer for you, Josephine. Just got back from travelling early this week. We'll be back to normal schedule this coming Saturday. And there's a sneak peek. Nick will be publishing a video today, but isn't streaming. So if you're looking out for something new on Nick's channel, be on the lookout for that new video dropping today. You always got to like it when there's a... Actually, Nick was on a lot of videos this week. He was on the collab with Tim Schmoyer. I think you're on somebody else's video as well, which I haven't watched yet. There was several videos there. So the videos are happening. Liz, welcome to the stream. Popping in here. And Dr. Sten is here as well. We're just shooting the breeze now. The trivia is over. We're just shooting the breeze. So the Wake Up Show is not just trivia. It's shooting the breeze. Oh yeah, Daryl's and Tim's. Yeah, because there was the... I've watched Daryl's and I've watched Tim's. Yeah, there was the channel review on Daryl's video. That's correct. And this has become a Nick Nimmin Q&A as well. So I'll drop that one there. Nick, do you visit... I can't even... that's the capital of Armenia. On your travels, my family comes from there. There you go. It's a small world, isn't it? Small world. It's a small world. Any questions for me before we move on? Any last minute questions? Put them in the chat right now. There we go. Let me know if you've got any more questions for me. Just looking at the time here, it's we're just ticking up towards my midnight, which is 12 a.m. Yeah, I had to think a.m. or p.m. It's 12. Chris Gog Vlogs, ain't that true? Small world, expensive plane tickets. Absolutely. Yes, can you teach me how to, Dougie? And he said, you probably never heard that. It's a joke. You had to be there joke, or it's a regional joke. One of those. What's up? They says, don't let me derail this. Derail. But did Australia change much after Christchurch? No. Our Parliament put through some social media stuff. But apart from that, not too much. Because we already have fairly tight gun laws here in Australia, so it was more of the main concern was that the broadcasting of a terror event over social media, and so they've put in like penalties for platforms that don't remove the content quickly enough, that they will get fined. And I think the fine is 10% of their global income. So, but yeah, apart from that, we carry on as normal. Liz says, yes, I still don't know how to use slobs to do a live stream. I follow the instructions, but I don't understand whether I set a live chat in YouTube first or not. Slobs. That's the thing. I haven't used slobs. I've used OBS, but not slobs. So I know there'll be some variations because I know with slobs you can actually log into your YouTube account in slobs too, and you get a little bit more access through the API than you do with OBS, where you have to stream using the stream key. So I don't have the exact answer for that one. But basically in the back end, in the settings, there's probably a place where you need to either link it to your YouTube account or put in the stream key. Or there's probably an option to do either or. I think if it goes through the API, there's some functionality where you can tell it to go live and put in the title and probably the description or something as well, and it will do all that for you. So yeah, I don't have a confident answer because I haven't used slobs. I run a Mac, so I don't have a Windows computer. If I had a Windows computer, I would definitely be running slobs for its paces, absolutely, because I'm really into live streaming. I like using Ecamm Live, which is what I'm using here, as mentioned in one of those titles there. I'm dabbling with StreamYard for offline, simple interview style streams, and in the past I've used regular OBS Studio, because you can get that on Mac. So yeah, sorry I don't have an exact answer. I know Streamlabs has a good channel. There's a lot of tutorials there, and they also have a forum where you can go and I think ask questions, or there's questions and answers or something like that. I'm not sure if they do that through a Discord or not. I think it might be a Discord. So yeah, I'm really not sure, but yeah, there's some probably online options there for you. Josephine says slob sounds like a rash, a severe case of slobs. And Super Dave said, back up here, said, do you have any grey poop on? I don't even know what grey poop on is. So, no. And Dr. Sin asked if that was British, so maybe that's why I don't know what it is. Vegemite. I have Vegemite upstairs in my kitchen. Yes, I do. Vegemite. It's great on toast. Great on toast. So if you get your buttered toast, and you get some and you spread it. Now, you know how like on peanut butter, peanut paste, or whatever you like to call it where you are, you spread it on as thick as you want it. You know, Vegemite, you spread it as thin as you can. You don't want to put it on thick. You want to just put it like a light covering. You just want to just put a bit on and then spread it out all over your toast. There's plenty of flavour in there. You don't need it on thick at all. So there's my tip for Vegemite if you want to try it. And I'm going to jump off that screen. Whoop. There we go. Just because that seems lagging a little bit still, so I thought I'd jump off that. Did I send you my podcast preview yet? No. Do so. I'm highly interested in podcasts. I try to get as many podcasts on my phone as possible to listen to. I like Roberto Blake's when he does his very consistently. Dusty Porter's. I listen to Tim Schmoyer's, of course. I used to listen to you and Owen on the Business of Video podcast. I listen to Viper's podcast. I listen to John Prosser's podcast when he does his. So I'm just trying any of the content stuff. I'm all over. If people, and then I had a bit of a spate there, like in the last week, where there was hardly any podcasts, and I was all up to date and had nothing to listen to. But in short, yes, send me the podcast. Homeschool Squad is welcome to the stream. We're shooting the breeze here. We're just hanging and shooting the breeze on the Wake Up Show. No more trivia for today. The trivia is done, but we're just hanging, answering questions, just seeing what people are saying in the chat. Oh, you got Neil do the intro. That's awesome. That's awesome. I've had Mike and Isabel Russell do some of my stuff on their Free Jingle Friday show that I'm always on there every Friday when they're on. They're on this time about this time yesterday I think it was, or a little bit earlier, maybe an hour or two earlier on a Friday. They're on a Friday, and they did my intro for the show, which is this one.
Welcome to the Wake Up Show. Here comes the trivia.
Hopefully you heard that properly. I think my headphones are... I think with my tangle in my headphones, I can't hear anything properly. Let's just rock that down a bit. And also got... jump on over. I had this one done, which I haven't used for anything because I can't remember why I got this one done, but they did this one.
The Nimminati stream starts now.
I think that's the one I sent to you, Nick and Dee at some point a while ago. Then I've got one for my Hangout stream.
You're watching the Creator Hangout stream.
So I've got that one. I'm just showing this off now. And this one I use in my videos.
Subscribe to Doug Hewson YT for more tech for content creation.
So yeah, you drop a super chat, you get a produced jingle. So that's pretty cool. So so that's Mike Russell. So anybody's following Mike Russell, he's one of audio guru. He has a company. Him and his wife Isabella have a company called Music Radio Creative, based in England, and they do like voiceovers, jingles, all the radio spots, all that, fully produced. And these ones that I get, which are really simple, they do on their live stream, are just really quickly put together. They're not even like their full quality ones, and they're really, pretty awesome. I got one for a podcast that I'm gonna do when I start my podcast. I got that in the wings as well, but I don't have that in my Stream Deck. But anyway, so yeah, I've got a few different ones there. Actually, there's one more. Hang on. There's one more I got done. This is, I think, the most recent one.
YouTube Newsflash.
Just a bit one like that. So it's pretty cool when you get those sorts of handy assets for a video or a live stream or a podcast. It's all pretty cool. All pretty cool stuff. Homeschool Squad says Nimminati in house. Joseph submitted another trivia question. So we have a lot next stream. Absolutely. Let's see. Grey poupon is mustard. I usually just go like the regular mustard or the American mustard, because American mustard is always good on hot dogs. And that reminds me, I've got to put mustard on my shopping list. Thank you very much. A lot of poupon discussions. Did D try talk about the Vegemite? He talked about the poupon. Says D tried some. He tried some of what? Am I that far back in the chat? I'm probably that far back in the chat. Car Galaxy Studios in the house. Welcome. That's a cool concept. Comments over coffee. Nice. I like it. That's great. I haven't figured out a format for a podcast for me yet. I need to get my act together on a few other things first. Christina, yes, indeed. I listen to my podcast. The podcast that I subscribe to. I listen to basically on my drive to and from work every day, which is like 15, 20 minutes. So it's not a really long drive, but you can get through a fair bit in a week because you go there, you come back. And a lot of podcasts are 30 minutes to 60 minutes in length. So you can get through a couple of podcasts in a week. And so I like to have them backlogged a bit, so I've got plenty. And sometimes I'll listen to them, like if I'm having a shower, I'll put them on while I'm in the shower, and I'll listen to them in the shower. Might as well. And I'm trying to catch up. It's all happening there. It is good to have you with us, Kevin. It's good to have you with us. And I'm scrolling to get Music Radio Creative is awesome. They'll be doing the one that D and I are working. Excellent. Yeah, they do such good stuff on there. I just enjoy their live streams where you watch Mike actually putting in Adobe Audition, putting these jingles together. It's amazing. And they just banter, a lot of banter. Actually, they do a huge amount of banter. They probably give you and D a run for their money. Wellness for Life, welcome to the stream. If I haven't called you out before, I'm just trying to catch up on the chat here now. I think I'm way back in the chat. Nice. Yeah, the subscribe one, that's Isabella Russell. She's not even a professional voiceover. She just does it on the streams. She's been doing it for like probably about 4 or 5 months now, just on the stream to help Mike get through all the jingles, because people are requesting free jingles and they submit their scripts in the chat on their stream, and then they have one of their moderators collate those jingles, and then they have to go and record them. And the ones they record, they don't add all the effects to. They just record them, so it's just the voice, so they can take that voice and make their own produced jingles with their voices. But if you give a super chat on their stream, they'll take that and then produce it to sound like what I've played on some of those samples with the effects on the voices and some of the sound beds and stuff. So yeah, they're pretty good. Shelby's Corner says, I don't have an intro. I'm pretty sure I just scream. I can imagine you doing a podcast where you start with a scream. It doesn't surprise me. Later, Liz, thanks for popping by and just hanging out for a little while. It looks like I need to catch up in the chat here because I see that there's something popping up further down. Judy Ron is here and saying, hello, Doug. I took your advice on my channel art and it helped me a lot. Thank you a lot with growth. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, so 2 comments per show. Yeah, it's like a real brief, like an Alexa briefing sort of length podcast. So you could probably get that on the Alexa briefing thing, so people can just say play the latest Nick Nimmin Alexa briefing. Sam the Schnoz is here saying, are you doing a podcast? I'm planning on the podcast. I'm just trying to figure out what the format will be, whether I want to interview people or whether I just want to talk myself for half an hour, or whether I want to do a bit of both. And so Judy Ron has dropped a $5 super chat. Thank you for your advice on my channel. That's awesome. I don't even remember when it was. It must have been in a previous stream, I'm gathering. So, Judy Ron, no problem, man. I'm glad it's helped out. Hey, let's see what else is happening. Diego has joined the stream. Thank you for joining the stream. Interesting thought there about Finding Nemo. Here we go. And Judy Ron says to Nick Nimmin, thank you for your advice. You helped me grow big time. Absolutely. I concur. Podcast, you say? Yeah, I was talking about that before. Alexa has to take more breaths than Nick. She couldn't keep up. I think I've caught up with the chat. I got a little bit behind there when I started elaborating on certain comments. Oh, that's pretty cool. How is everything going? Where are we? Wow, this has become a 2-hour live stream. Thank you very much. Hanging and shooting the breeze is pretty cool. We're done with the questions and we're just rolling. Open up to any more questions there. Is there anything else that I need to look at here? And for future reference, just to remember that if you're sharing out the stream at any time, whether it's this stream or a future stream, to make sure you at me, Doug Hewson, at Doug Hewson YT on Twitter. If it's on Twitter, I can actually pull that up and give you a shout out during the stream. And if it's on the other, like if it's on Insta or Facebook and that, then I don't know how the ats work. I think you can do that on Insta. I'll be able to pull up Insta, I guess. I think I can do Insta. Anyway. But yeah, feel free to share that at any time. Remember, for future streams as well, if you see the stream starting up and you want to share it out, make sure you do that. And it's pretty awesome. Let me go back to... Let's see how this one's rolling. Are we going to be jerky? That's not too bad. Daniel Batal, well, hello. Indeed, well, hello indeed. Your name was mentioned earlier in the stream in regards to a certain... it was referred to by the commenter. I can't remember who was commenting. Hands up in chat if it was you. I can't remember. I think it might have been Wrestling with Kobe, possibly. Said he asked me, did I see Daniel Batal's diss track on Brian G. Johnson? And I said, yes, I have. So it was very well done. So is that what the young kids are calling it? A diss track. Okay, that's good to know. Kevin says, should probably check Discord. Yeah, I don't know what's happening in Discord. I go dark on Discord when I start streaming because I need to save some resources on my computer, so to speak. High School Squad, thanks for popping by. And there's the answer to all your questions, Kevin. Pam says there's now a metal cover on the diss track. Is there? Do I need to get over to Facebook for that? Have I been on Facebook enough hours to have missed that? I've been on and off Facebook all day because, I go on Facebook, I do my moderation thing, keep an eye on what's going on, talk to people, answer questions, comment on people's posts. Here we go. Brian challenged me to do that, and one of the members just did a metal. I am going to check that out as soon as the stream is done. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, head over to Facebook. If you're in the Tube Ritual group, you'll probably know. But if you don't want to, if you've never heard of a Tube Ritual group, it's a Facebook group run by Brian G. Johnson, and Daniel Batal is one of the admins there. You can go over there, and if you're anything to do with YouTube content creation, if you're basically if you've got a YouTube channel and you're publishing and want to grow on YouTube, then you should be in that group. Go and be in that group. As long as you behave, you can be in that group. There we go. Judy Ron is chatting with somebody there, I think. Oh, G for Gandalf. Yes, that's right. I don't have the Gandalf picture handy to use on my stream. I know D has that in his back pocket. Anytime that comes up, drops the Gandalf picture. What's update says, I wish it was a Facebook alternative for us to delete Facebook people. Yeah, there's nothing quite like Facebook, is there? I don't think there's anything quite like Facebook. I only use Facebook for the groups that I'm in relation to my channel, content creation and stuff. Like all my friends and family that are on Facebook, I hardly ever look at any of that stuff. I'm always just going into groups that I'm a member of, looking for information, looking to help people, looking to moderate in a couple of groups that I moderate on. And that's the only time I go on Facebook. A lot of people use Discord. So if you want to hang out and have chats with people, then Discord's probably a good place. Depending on what sort of group you're in. There we go. And as you see, Daniel misbehaves all the time in Tube Ritual. I don't think... Neil, did someone mention me? I don't know if they mentioned you. Actually, I did mention you. I mentioned you a couple of times in the stream. We were talking. I had a question about cryptocurrency. There's a cryptocurrency question, which I didn't mention you on. But if you're in the stream, I would have. But then later, Nick was telling me that you did the voiceover for his podcast. So that is when you were mentioned. And also, Andrew Cairns joined us. We've got some talent in the chat here, people. If you're in the chat, you're basically talented. So anybody who's in the chat right now, put your hands up. I'm talking to you. Because we've got Pam, we've got Dr. Stan, we've got Christina, we've got Daniel. I'm just scrolling through and reading names right now. Kevin from Car Galaxy Studios. Crypto Cruising saying, hello, beautiful people. Starting to get that jittery lag again, so let's just change the scene. There we go. There we go. Don't forget Nick K. Shelby's Corner, are you mentioning Nick K just because Neil from Crypto Cruising is in the chat and you want to upset him somehow? Is that what's going on? Yes, but I did mention Neil when we were talking about Nicolas Cage earlier. I said, don't mention Nicolas Cage around Neil, but then you go and do it. Remember the face? The face? All right. Oh, I'm cranking through. And a shout out to Gingerlock's mum, the ginger commentator. There we go. And I think, and by that channel name, I'm thinking you mean ginger as in the hair colour, ginger. Best people I know are ginger. Well, some of the best people I know are ginger. I have members of my family that are ginger. Yeah. I wish it was easier on mobile. That's for sure. It's you can do it on desktop, but on mobile, you got to manually type it, so there's no list that pops up. At least with desktop, you can get that list popping up. But yes, I agree. They should get it over on the mobile. Shelby's Corner says, don't forget to give this live stream a like. Got to balance out all those dislikes that we got today. All those dislikes. All right, where are we up to? Christina was streaming on Thursday and her voice and audio were out of sync. What's the fix? It just depends what software was being used, what camera was being used, how it was being brought in, what mic was being used. Probably need to dial in some audio delay there, particularly if you're using like a mic that's plugged into to like a Mac or whatever for an audio interface. But if you're bringing in a camera through something that might have a slight delay, like a HDMI box, or through camera live through USB or something like that, if you're using like a DSLR or a mirrorless, there might be some thing where you might need to like tweak the audio thing in if you're using OBS or slobs. I think you can do that, and probably some of the higher end gear. I know here on Ecamm you can't do that yet, but yes, sometimes that happens. Look at that. There's a new video for Nick Nimmin just went live on YouTube because I got a notification in my top corner there. So what I'm going to encourage everyone to do in just a moment, we're going to wrap up this stream, and what we're going to do is, what I want everyone to do is to head on over and watch Nick Nimmin's video. He's just gone live. So as soon as we're done, make sure you jump on over there, give him some love, and get some knowledge, and get educated. I don't even know I can't read the full title. Something about why your YouTube channel, and that's all I can see. So I haven't seen the full title. So get on over there and check it out in just a few minutes. Fixed it on the fly. Yeah, you can dial in the audio delay on the audio somewhere in the audio settings. I think it is if you're on OBS or Slobs. That's all I know. Raid, Josephine, are you raiding me, or are you mean we're gonna go watch Nick's video? So it's like a raid. And as What's Update says, tell him Doug Hewson YT sent you in the comments. No, you don't have to do that. But yeah, give it a like if you like it, of course. But the most important thing is to watch it through and get every ounce of knowledge you can from the video and see how you can apply it to your YouTube channel. Chris Conkervog says, fix the microphone issue in Zoom. Neil Azio was the old 44 megahertz to 48 megahertz, because that's like, yeah, so it can change the way the audio does its doohickey. I don't understand a lot of that stuff, but I was watching an interesting video today. I was watching Jason from Painfully Honest Tech. He did how he does his audio for his live streams and his videos. He was talking about the cloud lifter that he has between his mic and his audio interface. So I'm like, maybe that's something I need. I need a cloud lifter, because I think Nick and D use a cloud lifter as well. Squeeze all that watch time in there. Yeah, absolutely. I'm hearing squeaking in my headphones because I think my headphones are cut out. And I might have some music playing that's squeaky, possibly. No, I've turned the background music totally down. There's just something squeaking in my headphones. I don't know what it is. Yes, you do. Yeah. I thought I'm sure that you mentioned cloud lifter before. I'm going, I've never heard of a cloud lifter. I don't know what it does. But I watched Jason's video. He told me exactly what it does. I'm like, that makes sense. I'm going to look into that. Absolutely. Because he's using a Shure dynamic mic. And mine's a dynamic mic, but mine's a Samson. He's using a different sort of one that hangs off the boom arm there. If you've got an audio issue and go to Neil knows how to fix it, no doubt. He got on the Creative Chaos stream last week. He got that audio issue fixed where he had the noise gate on. Just trying to cut everybody off by using a noise gate. That was fun. Thank you all. Any last minute comments or questions before we wrap things up? Because I want to send you guys over to watch Nick Nimmin's video. I would like to watch Nick Nimmin's video before I get ready to go to bed. It is now 12:30 a.m. in the morning. It's after midnight for me. So I'd like to move on, as they say, and let everybody get on with their Saturday. Thank you very much for joining me. If anything pops in last minute, I will have a look at that. And Neil is giving a comment there. Check if there is a stereo mono button. You only need mono, Chris, or you can lower the megahertz down to 41.5 megahertz or 41,500. There we go. Boom. Knowledge is being dropped everywhere, which is always good. Always good. So thanks for everyone for those of you who have been here the whole stream that came in early. People came in real early who are still here, which I'm not sure. I know Shelby's Corner was here from the start. Not sure if Predictor, are you still here? There was also a few others there. Anyone that's popped in during the stream, thank you very much for popping past. We had the trivia early on. We ran out of trivia and we just shot the breeze for another period of time. Looks like we went a whole another hour after we ran out of questions. So that's pretty good. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun to hang out. Felicia, yeah, you're still here as well. That's good to see. I'm just seeing names popping up in chat saying, yeah, I'm still here. So everyone have a great Easter weekend. And we'll see you next Saturday for the Wake Up Show. We'll have some trivia for you. Or we'll have something going on. We'll always have some trivia. We'll have some frivolity, and then we'll hand it over to Nick for his stream next week. So, that being said, this is Doug from Doug Hewson YouTube, and I'll catch you later.